Hi, welcome to the JSource International Reporting Bureau Weekly Wrap-Up, where we follow Canadian coverage of international stories. I'm Adriana Jung, coming to you from Humber College. Here's a look back at what's been going around the world this week. Media in Canada was abuzz after the Syriza party emerged victorious in the Greek elections. The Globe and Mail and National Post both ran front-page photos of the nation's new leader, Alexis Tsipras. The Globe's headline read, "A sharp left turn away from austerity," and the Post continued its story with a report by the Washington Post. The CBC's coverage of Greece's new prime minister also kicked off its online international coverage with a report by the Associated Press. Nigeria found its way into Canadian newspapers this week as continuing conflict with the Boko Haram militant group saw coverage. The Toronto Star covered this story by releasing a report from the Associated Press. The headline read, "Boko Haram invades key Nigerian city." It was accompanied by an image of citizens being frisked before entering a political rally in Nigeria. The Globe and Mail ran two stories in 2 days in relation to the extremist group. Monday's story was printed alongside an image of John Kerry meeting with the Nigerian president, Goodluck Jonathan. Tuesday saw a front-page feature titled, "How Nigeria's Terror Crisis is Threatening Election Legitimacy." Tuesday also marked the 70th anniversary of the liberation of the Auschwitz death camp. Hundreds of survivors and world leaders met in Poland at the historic site. The Toronto Star and CTV covered a more personal angle by following the stories of Auschwitz survivors. While CBC also spoke with survivors, it primarily focused on covering the commemoration ceremony. The Globe and Mail printed a story titled, "Survivors Mark Auschwitz Liberation," the following day. Weather on the U.S. Atlantic coast quickly became Canadian headlines this week as forecasts called for an intense blizzard. While some regions, such as New England, were hit hard, reports from New York City said residents viewed the blizzard warning as grossly over-exaggerated. Both CBC and CTV covered the blizzard as it moved through the region on Tuesday. CBC provided live online updates, while CTV launched an online text and video story titled, "Millions Hunker Down as Storm Sees Downgrade." By the following day, both CBC and CTV shifted their focus to cover the aftermath of the storm and the regions that were hit hardest. CBC ran a report headlined, "U.S. Snowstorm Blankets East," amid forecast questioning, while CTV launched its international coverage with a report titled, "New Englanders Savaged by Blizzard Begin Digging Out." Meanwhile, the Globe and Mail printed a front-page photo of people sledding in New York City with a headline, "Storm Overblown." On Thursday, an attack on Israeli troops by Hezbollah became the focus of Canadian international coverage. The National Post ran a front-page report with an image of a burning vehicle. The Globe and Mail and Toronto Star also covered the story in their world sections. Meanwhile, the CBC posted a report by the Associated Press with a short video detailing the border clash. All eyes are on Jordan as a hostage swap deadline comes and goes. The fates of two hostages, a Japanese journalist and a Jordanian pilot held by ISIS militants, are still unknown. ISIS demanded the release of an al-Qaeda prisoner held in Jordan while threatening to kill the Jordanian captive if the request was not met. Canadian publications relied on the Associated Press to cover this story, while all reports mentioned the unknown inclusion of the Japanese hostage in negotiations between Jordan and ISIS. That's all for this week. Join us again next Friday for your weekly Canadian international news coverage. I'm Adriana Jung with the JSource International Reporting Bureau at Humber College.